Notice.
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, Diano is a huge fan of Burn Notice, and we're so glad that you're here. If you guys have questions, just get my attention. In fact, I'm going to go straight to you, Diano. Diano, we're going to you. Go ahead. What what do you want to talk to Sharon about?
Let me just start. It's like, obviously, I love Burn Notice. It's easily one of my favorite shows on USA. The first thing I have to ask you, Sharon, obviously, is like, working with Bruce Campbell, who I know because I've met him, has absolutely no sense whatsoever. How in the blue hell do you get anything done with that man on set?
He's actually, when you work with Bruce, he's very, very, very professional. In between scenes, he's very funny. But when you work with him, he's spot on. He's, however I like to work, he says, hey, go for it, I'm just here.
That's nice.
He's a really, really nice, very laid back man. But wonderful. Yeah, it's wonderful.
For those who don't know,
I'm sorry.
talk about your character on Burn Notice and what that's like for you.
Well, Madeline Weston is her name. She is the mother of our star, Michael Weston. She was originally described as a chain smoking hypochondriac. That's all the information that they gave. That was it. But finally, I was told all of his moxie comes from her. He learned his smarts from her, and probably because she had struggled so hard to protect her family. If you follow the show at all, or those of you who know the show, there's a history of abuse from the husband, and Michael used to protect her. So it's sort of whispered. It's just sort of insinuated. Those of you who watch the show religiously, there is this. Michael Weston, someone who's not readily available with his emotions, and that's what makes him such a good spy, such a good CIA guy. Now we're working on breaking down the wall of Michael Weston. But the mother is always, she's the one who, she knows where all the bodies are buried with him. Yes, she knows where all his personal bodies are buried. And I think she's the only one, I think, who can really get his number.
Yeah, of course. I have a couple.
Well, Fiona does okay as well.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's not putting down to the Fiona role. It's the history. That's a love affair. This is a mother and son. Do you know?
Kempton, yeah, you have a question.
Well, we can call the writers, which I've done, after we read the script and say I have a problem with this or I don't agree with this, and they're usually very open if they're given the time to adjust. The writer is always present on the set when we shoot. May not be the person who wrote that episode, but it's always a writer who's there for us to consult, and I think it's a good thing. I like it. I mean, if we flump for a word and change an order of words, they don't come down on us. But they're open to all of us, to talk to them. I don't mean the answer is always yes, but,
That's a big one. When I watch TV or when I watch shows, I'm going, that cup wasn't there, or they weren't doing, they had their legs crossed. So I'm one of those people, but I appreciate that.
Yeah, exactly. Burn Notice is they're a little more loosey-goosey, so do this and that. But I have to. It's sort of part of my training, and I do break a cigarette. I notice when they yell cut, I'll see what the length is of the cigarette, put it down, and then I'll take another one, break it to that point, and start again. So usually you don't catch me with starting out with this and the same cigarette ends up like this.
Yeah, it gets longer.
I've always wanted, what I've always wanted to do? I've always wanted on film to take a cigarette, put a hairpin in it, like a thick hairpin. Have you ever seen that done?
No, I've never.
And the ashes stay intact.
Oh, is that a trick?
The whole
I didn't
thing
know
burns
that.
down. It's all ash, but the ashes never fall on it. That would make the audience so crazy.
That's how they
Wondering,
do that?
when are they going to fall? Those ashes are going to fall right in your salad.
I had no idea that you